What's up, everyone? Today I want to offer you a new perspective. So imagine that there's a guy or girl and they come up to you and they tell you they really like you. And they tell you that they only like you because of your money or your looks. So if you don't have a lot of money, let's just assume, picture in your mind, imagine that you're rich, you have all this money. And they tell you 90 to 100% of the reason that I like you, and the only reason is because of how much money you have or how attractive you are. Think this through in the long run. If anyone with more money or more looks comes into a picture, you're done. They'll leave you for that person. And in this world, there's always someone with more. Better looks, or at least the same level of looks, or more money. And so this sort of external quality alone can put you in a bad situation. Now, obviously, this is a simple theme to a more complicated issue of life, but it's something to keep in mind because, I mean, it's pretty simple. That's not something very sustainable for long term if you're looking for anything serious. Now, what makes this more complicated is the fact that, well, for a lot of females, they don't have that abundance. A lot of people, really, they don't have that abundance. And sure, there may be someone richer out there, but that person who's richer may not want to be with this girl. Why? Because I feel like generally, the higher up you go, a lot of people who've made a ton of money don't care about this sort of thing, and they're very much more emphasizing just a monogamous relationship with a serious partner. Now, that's not always the case, though. There's most likely plenty of millionaires who are still philandering around. So that's a problem in itself. And obviously, again, it also depends on the girl. And generally, whether you like it or not, a lot of things just play into the picture naturally, subconsciously, off the get-go. They're already analyzing how much you click just naturally based off your interactions, your common interests, and so forth. So from the get-go, it's never just straight up a looks thing in itself, unless you really don't get along or you really have nothing in common. And so that's one of those things that you have to consider. Having said that, though, there are a ton of people who seem to do decently in those situations. They have a bunch of girls and they seem to have a bunch of fun, and for whatever reason, it works out. They know they're rich, and the girls are oftentimes very attracted because of this huge display of wealth. Think Hugh Hefner, Dan Bilzerian. So it's an interesting thing to think about. It's an interesting hypothetical perspective to play on yourself. And I think, long story short, ultimately, I think all of us, in some way, shape, or form, we would like someone who's just like wouldn't cheat on us at all, really likes us not just for our looks or money, but for a variety of other factors as well, and really likes us and is a 10 out of 10 in every category and so forth. But what I suggest is we work on what we can, which is ourselves, and becoming the 10 out of 10 ourselves. And again, as a disclaimer, don't beat yourself up too much, because I don't think you have to get to that state of 10 out of 10 in every category. I don't think anyone's really gotten there, or even close, to get that girl or that guy that you're into. There have been some amazing physical transformation photographs I've seen on Instagram and on the internet that are I'm almost assured, I'm almost completely sure they're real. There's this one female I just saw who she had a huge transformation over the course of 2 years, where she just completely transformed her body from overweight to this absolute stunner in terms of how she looks. She's toned, she's tan, fit, and she's ready, and she's amazing. And it's complete transformation. But again, also, there's other stuff inside, and then you want to cultivate your passion, your interest, find someone you really click with. So ultimately, we oftentimes don't need a 10 out of 10 in every category. Um, do we really need $1 billion? Probably not. We'd be pretty happy with $500,000, or just maybe even 10,000 more dollars in earnings every year. So keep these things in mind. And I would think that most of us out there, we don't need a 10 out of 10 in looks. Uh, if we can get like a 8 out of 10 in looks, and like 8 out of 10 in common interests, and 8 out of 10 in a lot of things, it'd be pretty good. So just keep that all in mind and realize, it's something to really think about, and hopefully uh, provide some value to you. See you guys later.